Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is a comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A36 and the Samsung Galaxy A56. I've chosen the same configuration for both phones, 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. The A36 comes equipped with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 6 Generation 3, which is a 4nm processor clocked at 2.4 GHz, while the Samsung Galaxy A56 comes equipped with the Exynos 1580, which is a 4nm processor and it's clocked at 2.9 GHz. A36 storage is UFS 2.2, while the A56 storage is UFS 3.1. Regarding the other specifications, it's pretty much the same thing. It's worth mentioning that the A36 has a plastic frame and the A56 has an aluminum frame, which gives it a more premium feel to it. But if you're gonna use a case, it's no different. The display is the same on both phones, Super AMOLED with a refresh rate of 120 Hz with a peak brightness of 1900 nits, and the display size is 6.7 inches. The screen-to-body ratio is better on the A56 and the display of the A56 is HDR10+. Regarding the configuration of the phone, it's the same on both. We start at 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage as the base version, and we go up to 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage as the maximum configuration for these phones. And regarding the camera, it's pretty much the same on both phones. The main camera is 50 megapixels with an aperture of 1.8, while the ultra-wide camera is 8 megapixels on the A36 and 12 megapixels on the A56. Regarding the macro camera, it's the same, 5 megapixels. Both phones can record up to 4K with 30 frames per second and can do 1080p 60 frames per second. The selfie camera is 12 megapixels on both phones. The difference is that the A36 can do only 30 frames per second and the A56 can record 1080p 60 frames per second. But it's worth mentioning that both phones can record up to 4K with 30 frames per second even with the selfie camera. Both of the phones have the same 5000 mAh battery, which supports wired charging up to 45 watts. And regarding the features, both phones have the fingerprint under the display. They have circle to search and stereo speakers. Even the weight is pretty much the same, with the A36 being 195 grams, while the A56 is 198 grams. So yeah, those were the specifications, guys. Hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.